So I'm going to be helping you out with the top 5 best monitors for gaming and editing in early 2018. Without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So monitors are what connect you to your PC, so it's important that you pick the best one for your budget. Without further ado, let's get right into the list itself. To start it off, we have the BenQ GW2270HM for $89. This is a well-rounded monitor that comes with built-in speakers which will help you save on speaker cost, as well as an HDMI port, which is the best interface for most users. It also has a 1080p resolution, which is definitely the sweet spot since most PCs can run games and programs at 1080p and they still look pretty good. Now this has a TN panel which has its pros and cons. Now the pros are that it has a relatively low amount of input lag, so if you're playing games then you're not going to have a problem. But the cons are that colors are not as accurate as something like an IPS panel. So if you're a video editor, then this is probably not the best monitor for you. But the next monitor on this list is going to be better suited for you if you are a video editor. And that is the HP 22CWA for $90. This comes with the usual HDMI port and has a 1080p resolution with a 60Hz refresh rate. It also has some very thin bezels, which is something that most people can appreciate. Also, since this has an IPS panel, you'll get better colors than a TN panel, as well as some very good viewing angles. So this is great for budget 1080p editors. Next up, we have the AOC G2460 VQ6 for $130. This is a 24-inch 1080p monitor with built-in speakers. Around the back, you get the usual DVI and HDMI ports, as well as a DisplayPort connection. This is also a FreeSync monitor, so if you have a compatible AMD graphics card, you'll get much lower response times and much less screen tearing. Even then, if you have like an NVIDIA graphics card, it still has a 75Hz refresh rate and a 1 millisecond response time, which are very good and are probably better than the average. So I would say that this is great for gamers and is definitely my favorite on this list. Next up, we have the Lenovo L24Q for $200. This has a 4 millisecond response time as well as a 60Hz refresh rate. Now this is not too expensive like some of the other 4040p options, but it has a very well-rounded feature set like an IPS panel as well as DisplayPort connectivity. All around, this is great for those of you who are trying to get into 1440p gaming but don't want to spend too much. Last but definitely not least, we have the LG 29UM60P for $249. This 29-inch ultrawide will be excellent for editing because you have a wider amount of space for your timeline, so you can display a larger portion of it. It's also going to help in games like first-person shooters as well as racing games because you have a wider field of view so you can see your opponents better. Now this is also a FreeSync monitor, so you get all the benefits that I mentioned before. Even then, this is also a 75Hz monitor and has an IPS display, so it's still going to give you an excellent experience no matter what kind of hardware that you have. This is definitely the best bang for the buck ultrawide out there. If you like these kinds of videos, make sure you check out my top 5 playlist. I have it linked in the card section above. Also, product links are in the description, so check those if you're interested. But yeah guys, that's all for today. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit the like button. If you didn't like it, please hit the dislikes button and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.